and their positional hotkeys as opposed to the number keys where you hotkey units and buildings. These are positions on the map that you hotkey. You hold down Shift and you press F2, F3, or F4, and as soon as you hit that button, it goes right back to it. You don't have to double click like you do on hotkeys. It's a very quick way to move around the map. And specifically, Korean pro gamers use those keys for one thing and one thing only. Personally, I put them on like factories, rally points, stuff like that to help me macro. But Koreans have figured out another way, and I know it actually really surprised Noni when he came over here. They made him switch. That was one of the first things they did. They said, no, this is how you use your F keys. And what that is you go over your, let's say Protoss for instance, you go over your first nexus, you make that F2, your second nexus F3, third nexus F4. And what you do is you can, first off, you don't have to use up hotkeys in the late game to make your probes. You just hit F2 and then you can make the probe real quick and all that good stuff. But mainly what it's for is worker harassment. Let's say that you see a shuttle coming in on the mini-map to your main. What you do is you quickly hit F2, you drag on those probes, F3, click them on the mineral patch at your expansion because that's on your expansion nexus. You just do that over and over until you have all your probes out of there. If you practice that a lot, you are going to move your probes so damn fast, you are never going to lose anything to storm. So really, that is the way you should be using your F keys. And there you go. That is your tip for the week. I hope you like it and use it. Don't just be like, oh, you know, I'm kind of more comfortable doing it this way. You know, that's what old people say like me who are just like, no, come on, I'm so used to macroing like this. But switch your hotkeys over to that. That is really a great way. That is the optimal way to use F keys. The Koreans have figured that out. Trust them on this one, okay? Now, let's get right into the Korean scene. First, I want to talk about a game, and it was SCForAll against Bisu on Destination in a recent Pro League match. And, you know, normally I get really angry because Bisu, he sends out his first probe, one of his first 4 probes rather, to SCForAll's base and goes right up in and builds a pylon. So I'm just sitting there like, oh, this is so dirty, you know. But it was actually quite smart. He makes 2 gateways in there, and this is like the cheesiest thing ever. This is what people in the C channel on iCup do every single game to try to just cheese up to B-. And, you know, it's really frustrating. It doesn't take a lot of skill to do. But the way Bisu did this made me think, wow, this guy is really a genius of StarCraft, because the probe is in there making the gateways, and he times another probe to come out and harass a wall-in. And he really concentrates on harassing that wall-in. SCForAll pulls an SCV over, really tries to block that probe, keeps him outside so he can make that other depot, because he assumes, you know, there's probably 7 pylons, 7 gate. He wants to block my depot, get zealots in there. And he, you know, he's really concentrated on hurting the SCV, making the barracks, keeping SCForAll ready. And, you know, every pro gamer Terran, they have a scout pattern where the SCV goes up around the base to check for proxy gates. That's the way you play StarCraft. But SCForAll didn't do this. You know, he was really watching that front area, really microing hard there to keep the probe out. And, you know, Bisu made it very, very convincing. And so between SCForAll spending his time and energy there, as well as just assuming, okay, he has a gateway outside my base, that's why this is happening. Instead, he got a free win, basically. You know, he destroyed him with those zealots. As soon as he really saw those, he must have just about wanted to die. But, you know, I hate proxy gates, but really a great move by Bisu. You know, I basically just explained the entire game to you. You don't even really need to watch the VOD, but go ahead if you want to. It was a very recent match, SKT1 against Istro. And now let's talk about the KSPA rankings for a moment here. Let's bring up the top 10. And we see that Jaedong and Bisu are way ahead of everyone. Jaedong has 2,700 points and Bisu has 2,400 points. And those are huge KSPA rankings. Look at third place. Third place is Flash, okay? Flash is so good, slumping a little bit right now, but he has 1,800. So, I mean, these guys have over 30% more points. Second place has over 30% more points than third place. Jaedong and Bisu are out of control right now. It is just astounding. And really, this is one of my favorite KSPA rankings ever. Look at this top 10. Jaedong, Bisu, Flash, Fantasy, Stork, Leda, Luxury, Zhongbi, Fake Yellow, and Cal. That is amazing. That is almost exactly who the top 10 are right now, almost exactly in order. I mean, yes, Luxury is slumping a little bit. We have Stork slumping a little bit. Flash is in a tiny slump. And, you know, it's just amazing. That is a great top 10, a really very accurate ranking. So that is pretty exciting to see there. Another piece of news that is not exciting at all, KTF changes their name to KT. All right, I guess you can just say KT faster than KTF, who cares? Now, let's go on to WCG Korea. That's going to be starting up pretty quickly here. And it's actually in a very exciting format. They're going to have 2 ladders, and the top 13 from both ladders are going to go on to the offline final for the amateurs. This is not including pro gamers. We'll get to pro gamers in a moment here. But for the amateurs, the top 13 from 2 different tournaments will both go to the offline finals. And the person who doesn't make in top 13 from either of those, that has the most points overall, combined from them, will also go. And then we have 5 slots left. And this is the exciting part, actually, and I want replays from this so badly. There's going to be a Korean battle style, like Winners League, 5-on-5, teams going up in WCG. So it'll be like, you know, just basically exactly like Winners League. First team to 5 wins. And the winning team out of that, the entire team will go and be seated apart from each other in that offline finals of top 32. So that is actually a really exciting way to do it. I'm really actually quite impressed there. I really want the replays from that so badly. That type of thing is so exciting, you know, when one guy can just become a superstar and just destroy everybody. And so anyways, the top 4 of that is going to go and join the top 24 from KSPA, which is going to include Luxury and Stork. They're both in the top 10, so it's not a big deal. But the top 22 from KSPA, as well as Luxury and Stork, will go into this tournament with those top 4 to get the WCG people who are going to cream us all in China this year. So, you know, that's kind of exciting seeing that come up. The pro gamer part to me is not nearly as exciting as the amateur part. It looks like there's going to be some great competition in there, whereas the WCG part, you know, the Korean pro gamers don't really care about as much. It's not really KSPA validated. It doesn't really mean too much to them. So, you know, it'll still be good, but not as good as some of this other stuff where people are really just trying their heart out, just like the qualifier for the amateurs. And now the GOM round of 16 is going to be starting up this weekend. That means we're going to drop down to just 2 matches each Sunday. And this week actually has really great matches. It's Baby against Sky High. That's actually really good. Baby's been playing his ass off in GOM right now. And Sky High is Sky High. He all-killed Hwasung. I mean, this guy is really good. He's been coming up for a while, finally showing that real skill. And then we have July against Cal. Cal, just a beast in PvZ, one of the best 6 Protoss in the world. And July, one of the best ZVPs ever, one of the best Zergs ever. So that's actually going to be a really exciting day of GOM. I'm definitely going to watch it. You guys should too. TVT, do not be turned off by it. I'm telling you, it's a great matchup. The more you understand it, the more you love it. I'm going to have to make some VODs for people to start understanding a little bit better the way it's such a positionally based matchup as opposed to a mechanically based matchup. But anyways, that is that. That is just about it on the Korean side of news. And let me just jump into StarCraft 2 for a second. And someone said in their blog, a Blizzard employee, that we should be seeing StarCraft 2 by the end of the year released, and that actually lines up quite well with a summer beta. We should be seeing the beta pretty quickly, though, if they want to get it out before the end of the year, you know, some sort of Christmas season StarCraft 2 release. I definitely think it's going to happen. It's not a definite because, of course, Blizzard can always just say, you know what, screw it, we're not done with it. And, you know, if it's not good, then they will do that. But I am feeling pretty confident StarCraft 2 is going to be out this year. So hallelujah, very exciting. And the beta keys have started to go out from sites. So, you know, go enter all these contests. There's contests everywhere. You know, you should definitely go and check out all these little fringe sites because all these little fringe sites have them too. So if you are at one of these bigger sites that is more likely to see this video, spread around a little bit. Go check out some other sites and their contests. And hopefully everyone that watches my show can get a beta key because you all deserve it. Ding. Okay. Well, thank you for watching the weekly news again. Things that we're going to see next week, I did a little bit more of the minor league videos. Idra wasn't there, but I taped a few games. Just a little fun thing to watch. I'm not sure what other footage we have coming up this week, but I don't know. I'll figure something out. But anyways, questions, comments, concerns, let me know, please. Always trying to improve this show. And thank you very much for watching.